Today, I want to talk about the three things that maintain your energy and focus. Because many of us, the reason that we're getting held back from our goals is because we don't have the capability to focus and we don't have the energy to get up and start doing. All right? Number one, good nutrition. All right? Let me tell you a personal story of mine here. I was once working as an electrical lineman in the state of Pennsylvania in the United States. And it was from December all the way to February, the three coldest months of the whole season. Snow was up here. It was cold. I couldn't feel my hand. And I was even wearing those gloves where they're supposed to keep your hand warm, right? And they were not keeping my hands warm at all whatsoever. Nothing. So anything I touch, my hands would be frozen basically, and I just feel like a frozen snowman. That's essentially what I felt like the whole time. Basically, horrible weather condition, just feeling horrible, cold all the time, and I just did not want to be there at all whatsoever, right? And I worked that job with a group of Russian men whom were fit people and ate healthy. Okay? So, I lived with these guys in a big home. It was, I believe, 4 or 5 of us altogether, 5 of us. We all lived together, and I was the one getting sick within these harsh conditions because I'd have to be outside to work every day from 7 to 5 p.m., right? That was my schedule every single day, 6 to 7 days a week, right? I was lucky if I got that one day off. But anyways, I would get a cold, a flu. I would always be sick every now and then, right? So I'm like, damn man, why am I getting sick but these guys aren't getting sick? Even though I work with them, I'm supposed to infect them, right? They would tell me, we are not trying to get sick because if we get sick, we lose a few days of work. And if we lose a few days of work, that's no money coming in. So I realized, right? Every time we went to the grocery store, I would always go to get the cookies and the cakes and the chips and basically the unhealthy seed oily stuff and the sugary snacks, and I'd always go for the bad junk food. And at the checkout, when I saw them with their food, what it was fish, tuna, veggies, fruits, nuts, amazing things, like the healthiest carb I'd ever seen from a human being, right? Natural bread. Everything was just healthy. We'd go home. They would eat that, I would eat my food. And I would get sick and they would. So then, one of the Russian brothers told me, brother, you need to stop eating this horrible processed food, brother. You need to stop eating it. You are getting sick from it. This is bullshit. This is horrible. Within a Russian accent, like imagine Khabib talking to you, telling you to stop eating horrible food. That's basically what they were telling me. And that switched my mind. I was like, wow. These guys don't get sick. They have unlimited energy, way more than me. And they even did more work than me. They were more experienced in this. And they were kept going. And I'm over here eating this shit food that's comforting me. But it's not allowing me to focus and have energy during my work. And I was getting sick and they weren't. So what was the thing here? The food that I consumed was not helping me whatsoever. The only thing it was helping me with was comforting my taste buds. I needed to switch over to that diet because when that Russian Khabib dude told me, switch up your diet, I took it seriously to the heart because I needed to. I could not accept that for myself. I could not accept to waste the potential. I wasn't living up to the potential that I could possibly live up to, all because of what I put in my mouth. So guys, what you put in your mouth is extremely important, and it's one of the things that you live by. The food you put in your mouth determines how your life will be. Let me say that one more time. The food you put in your mouth determines the life you will have. I hope that hit hard. Point number 2. Sleeping. Sleeping at a consistent time, waking up at a consistent time, and going to bed at a consistent time. That is very important, and I emphasize on it so much. Wake up around the same time, go to sleep around the same time. That simple. It's not that hard to understand. It's not rocket science. Go to sleep, wake up. 10 p.m. sleep, wake up 6 a.m. Another personal experience. I was once working at a cafe. This was, I'd say, right after high school. I had graduated and I got my first little job working at this cafe. And I worked there for, I'd say, about 5 months. Okay? And during these 5 months, this was my schedule. Wow, the memories, man. This was my schedule. I'd wake up at around 1 p.m. and I'd slept at around 5 a.m. What is that? What is that, like 8 hours of sleep? Around something like that. So I got my 8 hours of sleep. Okay, no worries. I got my 8 hours of sleep. I got everything I needed. I wake up at 1 p.m. I had work at 3 or 4 p.m. It would change every day, but it'd either be 3 or 4 p.m. So I'd have, let's say, 2-3 hours to really do the things I needed to do. All right, cool. I get whatever I need to get done, but I wake up 1 p.m., I go shower, I take a dump, I go eat. Well, it's 2:30 p.m. already. I have 30 minutes left. Maximum an hour. Okay? I go to work. I get off of work at around 11 p.m. at night. I come home. From 11 till 5, I stay up. See, within this valuable time I had, I was not utilizing it. I was not using it for the best to improve myself. I would just, I would hit the gym or whatever, but I would go home and just, do dumb stuff, dumb things that I shouldn't be doing. But sometimes I did do some productive things. And when I did, I just couldn't focus properly. I'm like, I get my 8 hours of sleep. I wake up, I just cannot seem to put my mind into this thing 100 full percent. Till I realized, yes, you need 8 hours of sleep. Especially for us young men, we need 8 hours of sleep. But when those 8 hours are slept is what's important. Because if they're slept in the day rather than the night, it's a huge difference. You may say it's the same 8 hours, the same rhythm of sleep. No. Because the night is meant for sleep. We as humans, when we see the sun going down, especially our caveman ancestors, right? When they saw the sun coming down, they knew it was time to rest and sleep. And at dawn, they'd wake up and get ready to conquer the day. They got their 8 hours, but they were ready to conquer the day at dawn. Imagine this. All animals are sleeping at night. So what if they were to sleep during the day and wake up at night? How would they be able to go hunt animals? How would they be able to really get out there and get what they need? They can't. Because the night is meant for your 8 hours of sleep, and the morning is meant for you to wake up, to conquer the day. That's what it's meant for. So, sleep around a good time, wake up around a good time. In the night, sleep in the night, please. Please, don't be waking up at 3 p.m. Please, guys. Horrible. And number 3, getting physical activity every single day. Making sure that heart is pumping. Making sure you're moving. Because you don't want to be rotting around like a little rotten tomato. You don't want to be the rotten tomato. Right? You don't want to be the rotten tomato. When you have, let's say, a banana. When you have a banana, a nice green banana, okay? It still needs time to, really get to yellow, but you let it sit there. You let the banana sit. You let it sit and sit and sit and sit and sit for a week, 2 weeks. After time, the banana becomes black. It's not edible anymore because you did not move that banana to consume it. And as weird as that analogy sounds, that's how your body is, guys. Your body rots. Your body will get lazy. Your body will not benefit from anything if you're not moving. You know, if you're not moving your body, you're not going to be able to actually have the full energy and focus. You think, if I just save all my physical energy and I don't move and I don't do any working out and I don't do any training or cardio or none of that, right? And I just sit down like this, 100% my energy will be here. My energy will not go away. Like, I'm actually saving my energy right now by sitting up. No, you actually increase your energy if you were to move, and if you were to run, if you were to exercise, if you were to do X, Y, Z. But many people don't know that. Many people think if I just sit down, I save my energy for work later, whatever. No! The body is meant to move. It's healthy for the body to move. The more you move the body, the better. The heart gets pumped, because when you pump the heart, circulation goes all around you. And that's how it should be, guys. So, I genuinely think if you fix your nutrition, your sleep, and your physical activity, you undeniably will be a successful person. You have to mess it up yourself. If you're doing these 3 things and you're not gonna be successful in whatever area of life that you want to be, you're just doing that to yourself, right? But if you have a goal and a mission and you are doing these 3 things every single day, you are putting these 3 things as priorities in your life, then you are going to be able to have that energy and focus that many other people, I'd say 90% of people out there, do not have. You're set for success. That's it, guys. It's pretty simple. It's crazy how simple it is. There's no XY plus 3X plus minus formula here. There's none of that, guys. All it is doing these 3 simple things: sleep, nutrition, physical activity every single day. That's it, guys. It's that simple. Nothing hard. Easy peasy. Again, I will say one more time. Move. Physical activity. Run. Lift. Train. Consistent sleep. Wake up at the same time. Go to bed at the same time. That's where your energy, your testosterone is getting built in those 8 hours of sleep. Number 3, nutrition. Eat healthy. You are what you eat. I say it again. You are what you eat. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning into the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.